Yo, check it. Yo fam, what is up? You are back for another video. AMC and Gme, what is happening with them? Are we going to see a rally? Could we see a potential squeeze? I'm not calling for a squeeze just yet, but I think we are going to see a rally on the macro. I'm going to break down why I think that is possible. We're also looking at SPY. I think we're starting to see some weakness and cracks show. I'm going to show you guys the evidence why we can say that. And we're going to be looking at BTC, potential pullback on the horizon, but the macro is looking good. And altcoin season, I'm going to break that down as well. So let's go ahead and hop in the charts, facts, data. Let's go. Yo fam, what is up? You are back for another video with Datazero. In this video, looking at AMC, Gme, SPY, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. You already know the deal. This is your daily outlook and prediction for stocks and crypto. Let's break down what we're looking at here for AMC and Gme. First thing I want to look at here is the short interest sitting at 14.50% here for AMC, sitting at 2.7 million short shares. Also, I want to show you guys cost to borrow is starting to rise for AMC, sitting at 1.28%. Normally when cost to borrow goes up, price goes up. Cost to borrow is a direct indication of where price is going to go on meme stocks. Every time we have seen cost to borrow start to spike, we start to see price rally. I think AMC potentially is setting up for a macro rally in my personal opinion, and so is GME. I told you guys AMC would be bottoming at $2.45. When it did hit that level, I said this looks like the bottom. That remains true to this day. We are seeing bullish technicals and we are seeing multiple hedge funds buy. Now people are saying, well, do you think that they're buying to lend the shares out? And I would say yes, that is probably true, or could be true if it wasn't so many hedge funds. Also, if we didn't have bullish technicals and bullish fundamentals starting to collide as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are starting to see pre-sales for the Switch 2 do very, very well. Also, GME is making moves by buying Bitcoin, which is also a bullish catalyst that could come out at any moment. Now, I don't think they bought it yet because we would need to see an 8K filing. I even checked MicroStrategies and they file an 8K. GameStop would have to file an 8K if they bought that much Bitcoin. Now we're also seeing the box office here for AMC get extremely popping here for the summer, and we're seeing unusual options activity, which I broke down here in this channel for AMC and GME here in the summer. I think they are expecting a rally and they're hedging for a rally, and this is why hedge funds are buying. Okay, this same fund right here also bought GameStop. I linked it here, and make sure you guys follow me on Twitter/X because I talk about this all on here before all of that stuff gets broken down. But you guys can see I linked it here. This same exact fund also bought GameStop. So multiple funds are buying GameStop and AMC, and they're buying a lot of it, ladies and gentlemen. They're not just buying GameStop. They're not just buying AMC. They're buying both. Also, we have the bullish fundamentals. We have the bullish technicals, like the macro falling wedge, which I talk about here. We have the green MACD on the monthly time frame. AMC has the bullish divergence here on the weekly time frame, where RSI is trending up and price is trending down. You guys can see that here. Also, we have that green weekly MACD. We're also tracking with my macro prediction here as far as breaking out of the falling wedge. And I told you guys with that bullish divergence that price would flatten out and correct up. We're making that higher low structure. This is all very bullish for AMC, and this is why I think AMC is going to push up, and it's going to push up back to $3. Once it hits $3, it's going to move back to 4 or 5, and it's going to move rapidly, but it has to get to 3 first. Once it gets to 3, it's going to start to move rapidly. It's breaking out of a falling wedge. The falling wedge price target is that $5.50 to $6 level, which is the breakout zone. And then we're not even talking about GameStop yet, which is right underneath its breakout zone. So things are heating up. If GameStop announces that they have bought the Bitcoin or has a good earnings and it's already at like $35, it's going to take off. And if GameStop takes off, AMC is going to start pumping. AMC set up for a move to the breakout zone. I don't know what to tell you guys, but I believe a rally is coming. Now, I'm not calling for a squeeze yet because I want my squeeze signals to be perfect. If I'm saying for a squeeze, I want that to be the case. But I think a rally is coming. We also have these buy orders down here, higher low setup. Everything's looking really good in my personal opinion. Now, as far as the micro is concerned on AMC, what we could see tomorrow, and I'll break down GME as well. You guys can see we have this 275 level. we've been consolidating. That's what we need to break and hold. Okay, so if we can break and hold 275, then we're going to move to the 280. Right here is a bullish pennant setup that we had here, similar to here, except we pushed up into this, which is even better. So you guys can see that we have a similar bullish setup. If we can break out above this orange sloping support and resistance and hold it, then we're going to break out for that 280. And once we hold 280, we're going to move to probably $3 pretty quickly, because there's a gap fill here to 283 to 286, and there's a gap above $3. So basically there's not that much support and resistance in between these levels. And because the bullish divergence, I would expect once we get above 280 to start moving towards $3 rapidly, and once we get to 3, we could start to push up and potentially rally. So this is what I'm looking at for AMC. They're trying to keep us under 275 because that's the point where we can move up towards 280. Obviously, we need to get from one level to another. So we're looking to see if AMC can hold 275 tomorrow. If so, we can start to push up. The breakout looks like it could happen either tomorrow, Friday, or Monday, based off this pennant. As long as we stay in this pennant, I'm going to be tracking it, so make sure you guys like and subscribe. That way you can stay locked in on what's going on for AMC and GME. Now, GME is starting to show some signs of weakness. It's not anything crazy, but it is some signs of weakness. You guys can see that the RSI is starting to trend down. The MACD is going red, and we're breaking down out of this channel that we've been in for quite some time. Now, if we do pull back on GME, it's not the end of the world. RSI is really, really hot here on the 4-hour time frame. We need to cool down. GME's been so bullish, though, that I don't want to count out that GME might push up, okay? Like, it was crazy today what happened. I was expecting it to mostly break down, and it just held up. Now, it is starting to retest this possible sloping support as resistance, so that could be slight bearish. But if we can stay above this level of 28.65 and we can hold that level, then we could potentially push up towards 29.25, which is the last major support and resistance for GME before $30. So I'm not counting out that might not happen, okay? So I'm not counting out it might happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if GME pulled back. If we pull back, we have support at 28.48 and 28.30. But GME's been so bullish that even if we do pull back, I would expect buying to occur. Let's go ahead and just see if we have any buy orders here on the smaller time frames for GME underneath of us. We'll go down to the hourly time frame just to check and see. The buy orders are kind of further down here at this like $27, $26 level. So I don't think we're going to go that low if we did pull back. If we do lose 28.65, we could pull back down towards $28. We have support at 27.80, but I don't see us coming down that low. I think we might hold this 28.65 level, and that's why I have the white dotted line prediction. If we are able to hold that, then there's a potentiality where you could see GME start to move back towards 29.25. And if we go to 29.25, $30 is easily on the cards. So things are getting exciting for GME. I'm just going to go ahead and check out the call options chain for this expirations date, and then we will check out the call options chain for the crazy expiration date. So you can see this week is kind of bullish, and then let's go ahead and look at the June 20th. So you guys can see the June 20th is absolutely crazy. Here's the June 20th for GME, and I'll show you guys the June 20th for AMC. We're going to be tracking this on the channel as well, so make sure you guys like and subscribe. This is where the crazy call options is, the unusual options activity. You can see calls as high as $27 for AMC and as high as $115 for GME, and they're even buying more as of now. Mad calls, no puts. It's insane. This summer is going to be popping for the meme stocks, in my personal opinion, and that's why I think we have evidence of a potential rally coming. Now, again, as far as what we can see for tomorrow for GME, we won't hold 28.65, but this is pretty much everything I have for you guys for the meme stocks. Let's go ahead and move into SPY in the overall market and show you guys what's going on there, and then we'll move into BTC. So SPY, we were able to predict fairly accurate today. It was very, very flat, but we were predicting these moves to the downside and upside. You guys can see that SPY is starting to show signs of weakness. So I think some cracks are starting to show. And I broke this down very, very clearly on the macro in yesterday's video. Just like we broke out of the top of the rising wedge before here, we broke down anyways. It's the same thing. You cannot sustain a rally built on air. That's why I'm saying it's good that AMC is building support and building a base. This just rallied up. There's multiple gap fills to the upside, and that's just how I knew SPY was going to go to 580 and rally all the way to 580, because there was gap fills to the upside. Now there's gap fills to the downside. This is how I know SPY is going to come down, ladies and gentlemen. So SPY is probably going to break down here probably tomorrow. We have PPI coming out tomorrow. This is a major data drop. We also have retail sales month over month. This comes out at 8:30 in the morning, so we will know right in the morning if we're going to have a bullish or bearish undertone or overtone for the day. So do be aware of this data drop coming out right at 8:30. Expect some volatility pre-market. If you see it start to move down, that's going to be a bearish overtone. If you see it start to move up, that could be potentially bullish. PPI is not huge, but it's definitely big enough to start moving the market. But based off what I'm seeing here, momentum's fading. RSI starting to trend down. It's also overbought, but it's also trending down. That's very, very bearish. Overbought and trending down means momentum's fading, and it's already frothy. You guys can see MACD's red here on the 4-hour time frame, 2-hour time frame, and 1-hour time frame. Bearish momentum is building. We also have the bullish or bearish divergence. RSI trending down, price trending up. I told you SPY is going to flatten out and correct down back into side of this wedge, and it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen, and my prediction is going to be correct. So if we see bearishness tomorrow, would not be surprised at all. Key levels to watch is 568.40. If we lose that, expect downside as low as 585.06. SPY would have to break and hold 587.42 to be bullish. If it breaks and holds that level, it could move towards 588.29, but I'm expecting it to move down after it loses 586.40, and then again you could see downside as low as 585.06. Please watch NASDAQ, as NASDAQ is the leader. NASDAQ is also breaking out of the top of a rising wedge, but RSI is overbought, and NASDAQ looks like it might be losing momentum as well, as RSI is trending down and MACDs are starting to go red. This is what I'm looking at for SPY in the overall market. Let's go ahead and move into BTC and crypto and wrap up this video. So Bitcoin, I think we could see in the short term, I think we could see some potential pullback. If we did, it's not the end of the world. BTC's RSI is actually starting to get pretty hot here on the daily time frame, so we do want to see some pullback and cool down. But overall, BTC has been absolutely blasting off since we broke out in this falling wedge. We're still in this overall uptrend, so if we came down even as low as like 99K, it's still extremely bullish. Even if we came to 91.6K, it's still extremely bullish. I don't think we're coming down that low. I do have this fractal for BTC showing that BTC is probably going to push up towards my price targets and then start ranging. Now, normally when altcoin season comes, Bitcoin starts to range. So this is why I think that potentially altcoin season is potentially on the horizon here for BTC. We're tracking very, very well with this fractal. But right here, this fractal is showing BTC pushing up towards my price targets, which is 125K, and then starting to range out. And if it does start to range out, then that's potentially when altcoin season will come. I told you guys in 2024 that I'm predicting altcoin season around spring, summer 2025. It does look like we're on track for that, but we're not quite there yet. So we could see altcoin season come a little bit later than summer based off my projections, but it is on track for coming. But we need to see BTC push up in order for this to happen. Also, you want to see Bitcoin dominance starting to come down, which it is starting to do, but it would be under 45 to 50% if altcoin season was happening. So again, you can see with Bitcoin dominance is high, we're going to need to see Bitcoin push up before we see altcoins move up. Altcoins are primed to move. Again, key altcoins like Ethereum, which absolutely blasted off when Bitcoin pumped. Also, we have Cardano ADA looking to break out of this overall macro falling wedge. We have XRP looking to break out of a falling wedge on the macro as well. So we have key altcoins set up for moves. Okay, so that's not the problem. The problem is we need to see Bitcoin move up and really push that money into the market, and then we could see altcoins potentially outperform BTC, especially once BTC starts to range. So this is what I'm looking at for the overall crypto market. In the short term, I think we could see some pullback, but in the long term, I think we're on track to see a move up. When we do see Bitcoin make that move to the upside, if we do see it as expected, I could easily see XRP breaking above this 335, going as high as 350 or $4. Cardano ADA easily could hit a price target above this 132
to $1.50 or $2. Also, Ethereum could move to the upside as well. I think Ethereum actually has a price target of 4.8 or 5K in my personal opinion, especially if BTC makes this move. I think Ethereum is one of the more undervalued altcoins in my personal opinion, especially with this overall setup that it has here on the macro. If it breaks out of it, it could absolutely blast off, as this could have been an overall accumulation range here on the macro, which could see Ethereum really making a move to the upside. So again, looks very, very promising for some moves here in the future, but we need to see BTC push up. I think we could see some pullback here in the short term for BTC, but that would be good, as we would be resetting RSI and making a move up. But right now, BTC has been rocketing, and based off the fractal, it says we might still continue up. So don't be surprised if you do see BTC start to move up. But we would have to hold 104. That is our next major support and resistance. If we're able to hold 104, we could move towards 106. If we do see some movement to the downside, I have support here at 101.5 and 100,000, of course, and then 97K. So this is what I'm looking at for BTC, crypto, and the overall crypto market. Ladies and gentlemen, this was your daily outlook and prediction for stocks and crypto. I appreciate it if you guys watch the end of the video, because it helps me out a lot. I did get some new merch today. I unboxed it on stream, so you guys can check that out if you guys want to see what it looks like. But I'm also wearing some right now, and I will be wearing more. If you guys want to support the channel and rep the channel in real life, you guys can go to the merch store and copy yourself a t-shirt. All sales directly help support the channel, or you could drop a super chat. But if you want to support for absolutely free, all you have to do is hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below, share the video. Those are great ways to help for free, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I also have a Discord as well, where I give out exclusive buy signals, sell signals, technicals, predictions, and news that I don't give here on the channel. So if you want to join that exclusive community, you can hit me up on my email, DataZeroOfficial5, which is linked down in the description below. Payment is made via PayPal or Cash App. Once you make payment, I'm going to send you the link to get in. It's $100 for a lifetime invite. Get in before the summer, because the price is going up this summer, so you want to get in before the summer. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.
Alright, y'all, that was the video. If you found it informative, please drop a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe, all of that good YouTuber stuff. I appreciate it if you watched the end to see this message. If you did watch the end, maybe let me know in the comments down below. As always, man, I appreciate y'all. Check out the merch store if you guys want to rep the channel and support it in a different way, or you could drop a super chat on the live streams. And I encourage you guys to check out the live streams as well, even if you just want to listen at work. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.